Ladies and gentlemen, Ambassador of Georgia, His Excellency George the Leader will deliver a speech. Thank you.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and colleagues, my dear compatriots, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Ngunnawal people who are the traditional custodians of this land on which we are meeting and pay respect to their elders, both past and present. Today we have gathered here to celebrate the centenary of the First Democratic Republic of Georgia. Although the history of my country and its statehood counts millennia, it was on the 26th of May 1918 when the National Assembly of Georgia declared restoration of its independence and foundation of the Democratic Republic. Founding fathers, who were the statesmen representing different political parties and movements, intended to create a state based on the principles of freedom, equality, pluralism, and justice. And I have to admit they succeeded in that regard. The most progressive ideas were laid in the foundation of the Republic. Freely elected parliament and other democratic institutions, gender equality, respect for the rights of minorities, peaceful foreign policy, etc. Unfortunately, freedom and democracy didn't last long, and in February 1921, Democratic Republic of Georgia was invaded by the Soviets. Although notwithstanding heavy repressions and brutal suppressions of a number of uprisings by the devoted patriots, the people of Georgia never lost hope and trust in better future and freedom of their country. The fate of my country has never been easy, but we have always managed to survive. Just recently, on the 9th of April, we celebrated 27th anniversary of restoration of the state independence. I have to say that the last 27 years have not been the easiest either. 20% of my country are still under the foreign occupation with all the severe consequences. However, notwithstanding all the difficulties, our multi-ethnic nation has succeeded in building a stable, rapidly developing, modern democratic state based on the very same fundamental principles as the First Democratic Republic of Georgia. My country has identified its goal decades ago, which is to regain its place among the European family of nations. This is the goal that enjoys not only overwhelming political support, but the broad political consensus among the leading political parties. Today, Georgia is a country with European and Euro-Atlantic aspirations. The country that has association and deep and comprehensive free trade agreements with the European Union and the closest possible partnership agenda with NATO. The citizens of Georgia enjoy visa-free movement to numerous countries, including the EU. As a result of comprehensive reforms, Georgia has joined the list of the most dynamically developing economies in the world. Here I have to stress that for Georgia, a relatively small country with limited mineral resources, its human capital has always played a crucial role. Ladies and gentlemen, on this very day of celebration, I would like to extend my warmest gratitude and appreciation to our Australian friends who have always been supportive throughout crucial moments of Georgia's modern history and key decision-making processes in the international arena. Our countries might be remote in geographical terms, but they are very close in terms of shared values, the fundamental values upon which our societies are built. I've mentioned values, and I have to stress that the values need protection. I am particularly proud to say that Georgian and Australian brave servicemen and women have been standing shoulder to shoulder for years, protecting those values in the hottest spots of the world. And there is one probably among the most important things that unifies Georgia and Australia, the sense of friendship. This is a very personal thing, but I have to share it with you. Exactly 8 hours after I arrived in Canberra last August, I met probably one of the best friends of my life, Les Williamson. Thank you, Les. Exactly as welcoming and generous as his beautiful country. Dear friends, this evening you have an opportunity to see an exhibition dedicated to the 3 forms of Georgian alphabet, part of the UNESCO World Heritage, as well as some exhibits resembling the history of the First Democratic Republic of Georgia. And finally, allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to the Melbourne Georgian Choir for being with us today and bringing some traditional Georgian polyphony in today's celebration. It is especially symbolic that the leader of the choir, Mr. Jordania, is a descendant of the chairman of the government of the First Democratic Republic of Georgia, Mr. Noe Jordania. Let me also express my special compliments to our friends from the Georgian wine importing company, Tamada, who supported tonight's event with beautiful Georgian wines. And last but not least, special appreciation to our skillful Georgian chef, Pat Akhutsishvili, who has arrived from Sydney to let us try some traditional Georgian gastronomic specialties. Thank you very much for your attention, and please enjoy this evening.